The International Energy Agency says global oil markets will swing from surplus to deficit in the first half of 2017 as OPEC and other producers follow through on an agreement to cut supply. The agency says oil stockpiles will decline by about 600,000 barrels a day in the next 6 months as curbs by OPEC and its partners take effect. That will be January 2017. Let's bring in Amaka Ajebo, research analyst with Financial Derivatives Company here in Lagos via Skype. Amaka, good afternoon and hope you had a nice lunch if you had one. But I'm sure you analysts and researchers are always happy when news like the IEA hits the market about the global market swinging from surplus to deficit in the first half of next year. What would this mean for the oil market? Let's start with prices.
Yes, so we expect prices to recover as the supply growth tapers down. So analysts, different banks and different companies projecting oil prices to go up to as high as $70 per barrel next year, given the cooperation of non-OPEC members production.
Yes, so if prices go to about 60, some folks are saying, look, we know this will happen, but we're not sure if that will all happen at once in January. If you add OPEC to non-OPEC haircut, that's about 1.7 million barrels per day. IEA says it'll be 600,000 barrels per day effective from January. Do you think that will be enough to stimulate the market that's been oversupplied heavily for 2 years?
Yes, it would be, because production right now is 34.2 million barrels. That is OPEC production as at November. Prices recovered dramatically because of the speculation surrounding possible production cuts. So yes, I believe that if the members can show their cooperation towards a production cuts, prices would see the benefits and the good side of this.
So let's step into 2017 together. Amaka, so where do you see prices in 2017? Of course, we can as well take care of 2016 already. We're ending the year at about $50, $55 a barrel. Some say $20 a barrel will happen. It never happened. What do you see in 2017?
2017 is looking good for all prices, but the major downside risk is the ability for OPEC and non-OPEC members to stick to the agreements. So prices recovered dramatically by over 16%, reaching 17-month highs, because the market was optimistic about the cooperation of these member countries. So if these countries can stick together and stick to their goal of rebalancing the markets, then prices are looking good in the year 2017.
Well, Amaka, you and I know that these countries don't stick together. It's just going to take something happen somewhere in the next couple of days or weeks or months, and everybody retreats back to their barricades and say, look, I'm not going to keep to that agreement any longer, and the party will be over. So let's look at that negative side of things. Where do you see prices in 2017 in case one of the members that agreed, those who are very delicate, Iran, Iraq, Russia, if there's a geopolitical situation somewhere within that axis and things go back to where we were?
Yes, so if on the off chance that countries are not able to stick to the agreement, the pace at which the price increased this year is the same pace it's going to decline next year if countries are not able to stick to the agreement. But as we've seen, Saudi Arabia and Iran have put aside their various differences to come together to reach this agreement, because it serves net oil exporters for the prices to be at a relatively high level. So I don't think there will be much deviation from the cuts goal.
Well, so let's bring it back home to Nigeria. What's your outlook as far as supply and production is concerned? We've had 2.2 million barrels on our books for a couple of years. It doesn't look like we're going to raise that in 2017. You think this is good news for us? We might as well take the ride, take the back seat, enjoy it while it lasts.
Yeah, but it's important to know that our production levels have actually never edged up to the 2.2 million barrels that we see around. So in 2017, do I feel that production will go to that high? No, I'm not too optimistic, but I feel like production is going to recover because of the optimism in the market. And this serves us so well if prices recover to as high as $60, because the budget, which is about to be presented to the National Assembly tomorrow, is hinged on a benchmark of $42.5 per barrel. So if oil prices recover to $60 or $70 in 2017, and we are able to restore our production to new highs, then yes, it's looking very good for us, because that means like a 30% increase in our revenue. Exactly. So that serves us next year.
Okay, Amaka, thank you very much for putting that very nicely for us here at the home front. Amaka Ijegu, who was with Financial Derivatives Company here in Lagos. We're sticking with West Africa. The Republic of Benin, Nigeria's immediate economic neighbor in West Africa, has continued discussions with the International Monetary Fund on a 3-year economic program that could be supported by IMF under its extended credit facility, or the ECF. On Monday this week, the IMF staff concluded a 2-week meeting with the Beninois authorities in Cotonou, agreeing to move swiftly to change the country's policy environment and transform the economy to improve living conditions. A statement issued by the IMF on Tuesday says Benin's economy is hurting due to, quote, negative spillovers from Nigeria, with significant impact on its neighbor. The release, however, states that the economy of Benin Republic remained resilient, due largely to agricultural production. The IMF team and Beninois authorities agree on the need to step up domestic revenue mobilization and firm up public finance management, among other reform initiatives. Meantime, the IMF has approved two 3-year arrangements under the Extended Credit Facility and the Extended Fund Facility for Côte d'Ivoire for a combined total of $487.8 million SDR. That will support Côte d'Ivoire's economic and financial reform program. The agenda will aim to achieve a sustainable balance of payments position, inclusive growth and poverty reduction by investing in Ivory Coast infrastructure and priority social projects. Hope you enjoyed the program. I'll see you again tomorrow at the same time. Do have a great day.